Hi, welcome to our presentation movie. Starting with gratitude and warm regards to Sir who is watching our presentation. So we are Team 1 of Threads Project, Rethreaded. What we did in this project, we have gone from researching about sustainable fashion to promoting it and to finding out various insights and developments that we can do in context of sustainable fashion in India. What were the objectives behind Rethreaded? Firstly, to promote sustainable fashion among youth. Why youth? Because youth is the main key stakeholder that is directly correlated with development and growth, not even for a country, but nationwide across the globe. Analyzing their real life choices would create a lasting impact. Why? Because minor decisions and minor measures taken by youth creates a lasting impact across the globe. Thirdly, to promote real-world inceptions of the concern. We have covered a lot of news happening around globally, which is a step forward towards sustainability in fashion, and each step, each marginal step, is saying bye to fast fashion. And lastly, and most important, our fieldworks. Our fieldworks collected real-world insights, and we disclose how the problem is, how to resolve it, and what measures can be accepted and what measures are accepted by the people these days. So let's start this journey of Rethreaded content wise from the first week to last. For the week one, we have firstly introduced the problem to our viewers. I have designed a video that shows that demonstrates why this problem is a major concern, and finally a poll that elaborates the issue that why people wants what people wants in terms of sustainability, what is the difficulty that they are dealing with, and what are the measures by us or by anybody they want to resolve the topic. For week two, we have taken a poll result of week one very seriously, and we gave audience three ethical sustainable friendly brands which are Indian and they can use and start their fashion journey. Then we asked, what is the section of clothes that you have bought but you never worn up till now? And then we researched what's happening around globally, and we got to know that Oxfam GB had done a campaign called Second Hand September with actress Jamila Jamil, who is a really popular British actress, and we shared this with our audience to encourage and empower them for the month of September. And finally, we have done our first fieldwork on campus in which we have introduced and asked about their sustainable fashion choices. For week three, we have scrounged across the India and we found that Omi Gurum, called Green Man of Sikkim, is a fashion designer. No, a sustainable fashion designer, which has got global recognition for his work. And then we have shared a surprising fact at what environmental impact your one t-shirt can bring. Then we started with the poll in this week because audience engagement depends on how they are interacting with us. And lastly, we did our second fieldwork in which we have shown a contrast between a normal buyer and a sustainable buyer in our campus. For week four, firstly, we know Alia Bhatt, a really popular global actress who is Indian and has been got so many awards and recognition of her acting and style. So there's a short clip of her in an interview in which she said she reused her wedding outfit for an award show. This create and this demonstrates a really beautiful concept of reusing, which we have portrayed by at this post. And then we have given shout out to Invented and Oxfam GB, which has done a sustainable fashion ramp walk, which is really inspiring across the globe. And then for this week, we have listed, and we have showed them a fabric, Kala cotton, which is a really sustainable, friendly, and cheap fabric which don't cost environment much and which you can incorporate into your clothing style. For week 5, we started with demonstrating how waste management is a concern and how fast fashion is harming us, why this is high time to change our fashion approaches. Then we did an activity in our class in which we have made a chart demonstrating theme of Rethreaded, and then an engaging audience poll, and then we have wished them Dashera and Gandhi Jayanti in a sustainable friendly design in which Ramji is symbolism of sustainable fashion and Ravan of fast fashion and synthetic materials. For our midterms week, where we have a liberty to post alternately and we have a really relaxing gap. So for the first day, we have posted an audience engaging vote for their Diwali outfit, and on for the second post, we have showed them with our animated slides that how they can recycle or how they can rethread their existing outfit into a new one in their homes. For week 7, we have started with demonstrating an website called Respan. This is a website across Delhi NCR region which gives us an opportunity to recycle our previously wore clothes or are not much working on clothes. And this demonstration, the whole procedure, I have screen recorded and shared with my retargeted audience. Then we have given them an idea for their Diwali fit, that what they can do or what combinations of their old clothes can make a new one without even buying one. Lastly, we demonstrated, we gave a shout out to Victoria's Secret fashion show. It is one of the most monumental fashion event ever happened in the year of 2025. And this fashion show promoted inclusivity in senses which sustainable fashion does with their sustainable fabrics. And our next week was Diwali break. For week 9, firstly, we asked audience with an engaging poll about how their sustainability plans are for the winters, and then we gave them few suggestions regarding the poll result, and then a news of India that many fashion designers has a design used of some fabrics and some companies which are promoting them to use synthetic fabrics, which creates a sense of brotherhood and unity across ourselves. And then there is a concept called creative matrix, which leads to innovation. We did that whole analysis about fast fashion and how can we improve it for different aspects and sides of audience, which have been demonstrated on Rethreaded page, and it gives a sense of a growing innovation acceptance from our audience. A week 10 was sharing about a TED talk because we really feel that if they will listen our concern with someone that they know or from a global icon, they could really get motivated instantly. That's why we shared a TED talk which is about encouragement of sustainable fashion. And then we contrasted it with global reality of how things are happening across the globe. And then the Halloween occurred, and Halloween, a really massive fashion ritual, or we can say a really cultural fashion event, which happens across the globe in many countries in the East. And what waves the Halloween made this year, we have stated that in our this post. And then keeping ready our audience for winters, we have again suggested some winters insights and winter plans that they can do. Our week 11 was a total surprise for our audience because of our fieldworks. So, firstly, I went to Palika Bazaar and I have interviewed shopkeepers and audience over there. and known about the kind of fabrics they sell, the material they use in their clothes, and how they ship all of it, and how sustainably aware they are about all the stuff. And the insight that we have gotten in this video is really empowering brainstorming and a cause in our minds. Secondly, first step for impact creating decision is to empathize with the audience. So I went into a birthday party and I interviewed kids over there about their outfit choices. Lastly, I went to West Side, at where I have found certain tags and certain marks in that they use in their products, which really encourages sustainability in fashion. For our last week, we did our last fieldwork on Peter Cat's concert, in which we have interviewed about sustainable choices of the audience over there. And lastly, how things end financially with the financial report. So we ended up this with a sustainability fashion report, which is authentic and which really arises a sense of motivation and concern. And then the last thing, to get views of how audience think about us, a poll and an engaging poll where they can tell how they felt about the whole journey, the whole thing that we did in future.
I am Ansh Sharma. I am the analysis and engagement lead for Team1 Rethreaded. And from this slide onwards, I will be presenting the post-wise analytics and engagement analysis for each and every post which has been done on our threads page. Now, this section will mainly focus on how each post has performed in terms of like, comments, shares, and the overall total engagement. And we will first move on to the very first post that has been made on our account, which was an introductory post. Now, as you can see, in this we have done a week-wise analysis of how the post has been performing over the weeks. Same in terms of likes, comments, shares, and the total engagement that has been done by the post. Now, similar sort of charts have been made and presented for each and every other post that has been made on the page. Like in this post, we can see four matrices like comments, shares, and total engagement. And on the basis of those, I have made a chart in which it shows the growth or the decline in these four matrices. We can move on to the next slide, shows, which was the second post. Now, similar chart has been made for this. Now, instead of looking only at the weekly totals, we analyzed each and every post separately. Now, why we did that? This was because it helped us understand what exactly and what type of content works best on threads and for our audience as well. That was the reason why we analyzed each and every other post separately. Move on to the third post, which has the same analytics as the previous one. Same charts and numbers have been used. Moving on to the next. Yeah. Yeah. This slide now this shows the performance of an individual post. This post had a clear message and strong visual hook, and that's why there's a lot of that's why comparatively there's a very higher engagement as compared to all the other posts in the previous slides. Moving on to the next one. Similarly, the same graph has been presented for this post as well. The fifth post, similar one for the sixth post, the seventh one as well, the eighth one as well. Now, um, during this analysis, what we analyzed was that the posts were more informative but less interactive, mainly received more likes than number of comments and shares. Now, what we got to learn from this was that this indicates passive interest but lower involvement of the audience on the page. That's what we mainly analyzed through this. Similarly, similar. Now the comments and the shares in this post were very less because this was a more visual post. It didn't have a very good meaning in it. Similarly for post 10. Now this post was a poll post, so that's why we can see the number of comments coming in and in the post over the weeks because there was more audience engagement in it. Sorry. Similarly for the post 11, similar analysis has been done for every other post. Post 12 as well. The 13th post as well. Now, the post performed better when the topic felt more relatable to student life because we were working in a college and an educational environment. So mainly our audience was students. So the real life context helped us improve engagement and help the audience to engage more with us. Moving on to the next. Similar analysis for every post has been done. 17, 18. Now, across these slides, we observed that short captions with a clear idea work better than very long explanations because audience when scrolling through our account should like get an idea quickly rather than being forced to read all of that, which many people don't do as well. So we analyzed that simplicity played a key role in engaging the audience better than posting large, huge explanatory paragraphs. So that's what we analyzed through the till date. So similar analysis for post 19, for post 20 as well. Now in this one, likes and the total engagement was nice because the comments have started increasing week-wise. The number of shares were nil throughout. Moving on to the next. With similar analysis has been done for post 21, where we can see good number of comments coming in. Um, Similar analysis has been done for post 22 as well. Similar one for post 20, 20 the 23rd post as well. Now, this is the part where we arrived at the second week. Now, in week two, engagement increased due to more polls and the campus-based fieldwork content. Now, as I mentioned earlier, that we our audience is mainly students, so seeing real students' opinion made the content more relatable to them as well as more engaging for us. Moving on to the next post, which was the 24th post. Similar analysis has been done. So in week three, we post based only on celebrity news, which showed lower engagement. Now, this suggests that the popularity alone does not drive interaction. Some work has to be put into it. That's what we analyze through that. So one for post 41, slide 41, I'm sorry. Slide 26. Now, similar analysis for every post has been. Now, in this post, we can see that the number of comments have increased as compared to all the other ones. So that means that showed us that our engagement with our audience is being increased with time. Comments in this one have been a lot more than all the previous ones. In this post, the number of shares have been increasing, which means that people found it informative and relatable enough to or valuable enough to share it with among other people and spread awareness. So that was a big win for us. So post 29, similar one done for the 30th post. Again, the shares have been increasing, which means people are finding a post valuable now. So they are sharing among them, among their friends and families, which is good for us. Post 2, the comments and the shares were nil, but the likes have been increasing week wise. Same goes for post 33. Now we are over to the 34th post. Now this slide shows the combined performance of posts across the week, and it helps us to see overall trends instead of individual results. So that's why I've made a consolidated analytics for this post. I'm sorry. Now we are looking at the overall trends. So through this, we analyze that interactive formats consistently perform better than the static posts because obviously polls and questions drove higher engagement because of the audience engagement quality of it. Moving on to the next post, which is post 36. Culturally now on analysis of this post was that the culturally relevant content received more shares and comments rather than likes. So this shows a stronger emotional connection towards the audience. Hmm. Similar one have been done for this one as well. 38. Just- Now this post only got likes, no comments, and no shares. So that's why the number of likes and total engagement is the same. On to the 40th post. Now this post received a bit of comments as well, as it was interactive poll-based post. Now this one has more shares because this was a culturally relatable post. So I think that's why the share number of shares were more. Hmm. But the comments were less. In this one, the comments have outpassed the likes and shares, so that's good because this means that the people are engaging more with us. This is the week two post analytic. Uh, Now this is the Diwali wala period, so the festive alignment helped maintain engagement during a high consumption period as well. So that was mainly our findings. Hmm. Hmm. Sorry, similar one. Now these are consolidated week-wise analysis that have been done for each and every week rather than each and every post. So the number of reposts were a lot on November 19th and 28th, the two posts that have been made in week 8. Sorry. Now the number of reposts are increased because uh, the posts done in two posts done in these week were related to the heuristic report infographics and heuristic sustainability report. So because of the influence of this company, we received a high number of reposts rather than comments and likes. Now this was the last post because it was the closing. So we asked how was the audience experience with us, in which we obviously received a lot of poll votes. consolidated post analytics for each and every post has been done in this. Not each and every post, but over the weeks, every other week, the analysis has been done, clearly made. So on the basis of posts which have been made, total likes, total replies, and the total reposts and the total shares. And this is the post analytics of every week, post across the weeks until the very end.
Talking about the post analysis, the first thing that we're going to talk about is the high response posts. These are the posts that received most likes and interactions from the audience. A common pattern that we can see here is that the posts with strong visuals and simple storytelling performed the best. Content with product displays and visually aesthetic layouts tend to catch more attention. Another important factor was audience involvement. Posts that asked questions, used polls, or encouraged viewers to share their opinion boosted engagement. Overall, these posts were easy to consume, visually appealing, and emotionally relatable, making them more likely to stop users while scrolling. Visual storytelling drives higher engagement. Instead of long explanations, using images to communicate worked better for us. Interactive formats such as polls and questions also helped the audience engage with us better. Simple and relatable captions perform better than complex or technical language because people tend to understand it better, and the audience also seem to connect with that more. Talking about the low response posts, these are the posts which where we can clearly see a contrast. These are the posts which didn't exactly do well with the audience, and the audience didn't really seem to interact with it as much. They were mostly extremely text heavy, which the audience did not enjoy engaging with. The visuals used were not exactly eye catching enough for the users to stop scrolling and interact with the post. They did not stand out in the feed as much as other posts did. To summarize, why the low engagement posts did not work for us, mostly because they were either text heavy or they were visually non-interactive. Also, the posts which lacked trend relevance did not seem to work for us because the audience didn't exactly stop scrolling to interact with the post. In conclusion, this analysis shows how on platforms like Threads, how content is presented is more important than what is being said.
Our achievements are firstly 572 likes on our Insta reel. Shout out from Oxfam JP. I comment and like, and Omi Kurum liking our post.
Hi everyone, I'm Adya Agarwal. As the visualization lead for Rethreaded, my core job was to make sure our research was turned into posts that people actually wanted to look at. Over these 10 to 12 weeks, we ran 4 strategies to find out what truly moves people. Now I'll take you through what the data showed us about what works for the future. So we started in weeks 1 and 2 with the mission Wake Up the Algorithm. What we did was we posted every other day to show the app we were active. Visually, we focused on shock. Take a look at this first post on the right. It shows the massive ecological challenge of just one shot. We use these big scary numbers about water waste right away to grab attention. The implication, when you are a new account, you have to be loud. Visual facts are the quickest way to stop the scroll and get initial followers. We learned that we need to use bold, clear numbers, like the one used in the post on the right, to cut through the noise. Our second approach, which was for the weeks 3 and 4, was building community. We switched our strategy to asking questions instead of just giving answers. If you glance at this wardrobe guilt poll, you'll see we asked students to share their own struggles. We also shared interviews from our fieldwork. We learned that engagement went up immediately. We learned that people trust you more when you listen and let them share their stories, making them feel like they are also part of the conversation, which we did through polls and interactive posts. So, for weeks 5 and 6, we started with the strategy cultural relevance. We stopped looking at Western trends and looked at our own culture. Check out this post right here. We specifically utilized occasions like Gandhi Jayanti to talk about Khadi and Dashera to talk about sustainable choices. We also highlighted local fabrics like Kala cotton to show that sustainability is not a foreign concept, it's part of our own history and identity. The implication was that this gave our page real authority. We learned that linking our message to Indian identity and these festivals makes the idea of sustainability feel more personal and much more important to our audience, rather than just another internet trend. Week 7 and 8 were our most successful phase. We timed our posting perfectly for Diwali. Instead of telling people don't shop, we gave them a solution. You can see in this post, we showed them how to upcycle before buying and used examples like Alia Bhatt, who is an influential actress of the Bollywood industry, re-wearing her wedding sari. We made re-wearing look stylish and cool and not like a sacrifice. This was the biggest lesson that timing was everything. If you offer a stylish solution exactly when people are under pressure to buy new things, you can actually influence their behavior. Our final approach for weeks 9 and 10 was the strategy of systemic critique. If you look at this chart from the Eurytic report, you'll see we use detailed infographics like this Eurytic report to criticize things like corporate greenwashing, which basically means when brands lie about being eco friendly when in reality they are not. We realized that our audience doesn't just want easy tips, they want the truth. We learned that we need to keep balancing the fun in easy content with the hard truths about the actual fashion industry and how brands like Burberry and LV are actually doing corporate greenwashing, but in reality claim themselves to be eco friendly. So, what is the main takeaway for the future? In the final week, we conducted a poll where we asked the audience what their experience was with us. So it showed a perfect split. 45% of the viewers found us inspiring, and 45% found us informative. That's a healthy balance. The ultimate implication was that posting consistently got us followers, but using our own culture, like Diwali and also Gandhi Jayanti and Dashera, where we talked about khadi and color cotton, that was the thing that actually made people change their buying habits. That's where we need to focus our future efforts too.
As the visualization lead, let us look at the findings and interpretations for the threat analysis throughout the weeks. In week 1 and 2, we focused on initial reach and engagement through posting polls and solutions. Our first poll was based upon barrier identification, which showcased what are the problems faced by the consumer. The subsidiary posts were about the solutions to the problem, engaging the users to the page. In week 3 and 4, we focused on getting to know the consumer. We posted product priority polls and also conducted an on site consumer interview. It helped us in getting to know the consumer well and also whatever he or she prefers. This helped us to decide whatever content we are going to upload in the coming weeks. In week 5 and 6, we posted a post on the Burberry brand malpractice, and on the occasion of Gandhi Jayanti and Dashera, we posted a post in compliance with sustainability. The content for this week was impactful and culturally relevant. In week 7 and 8, we posted a Diwali consumption plan poll for the consumers asking their Diwali fit choices. They chose to wear new fits instead of re-wearing whatever they already had. This post as a challenge to the motto of our page. To persuade the consumers, we posted about the Victoria's Secret's ramp walk and how they are promoting sustainability themselves. To maintain engagement in week 9 and 10, we posted powerful factual video and also a chart created by us in class as a DIY content showing our passion and dedication towards the project. In week 11 and 12, we posted general posts and polls, but our last poll was a feedback poll asking the viewers about their opinion on the content of our page. They found the content to be informative and inspiring, which helped us know that whatever we have done, whatever we have contributed, has added up and left an impact on the viewers.
Thank you. Moving forward, some future ideas include organizing a thrifting event on campus, collaborating with sustainability focused influencers, and partnering with ethical brands to spread awareness. The key learning from this study was gaining and sharing knowledge, understanding the environmental impact of our fashion choices, and noticing a gradual behavioral shift in our mindset.